The weather is starting to turn. It is still only February, but it is maintenance time. Let's work on these machines to get them all prepped up. I got a couple hydraulic hoses I got to replace on the 160 and just miscellaneous stuff. All right, I got a leak in here that is a slow weeping leak, and I finally found it. From sitting, it leaked a lot, and it's this line right here, which there's so many little lines. These are all pilot control lines. It goes to all my valves, or all my solenoid. Yeah, they're valves, but they're solenoid valves. So this line, I traced it. It goes to the other side into the tank. So when I loosen this, I just get gravity fed. The whole tank's coming fast. So I gotta pinch it off over there, pull this line out, maybe get a cap on there. I should get those rubber caps that you can stick in there. I don't have any though. So that's been leaking, and it's actually just like a little dry rot right here in the 90, and it's kind of annoying. So that's gonna get fixed. And then I have another one which I tore down yesterday and found it, which is this pilot line. Same thing. Underneath, I don't know if I can't see it yet, but underneath here, here's the lines coming down. I already removed the panel. It's this black one. There's a black one here that comes down. It's up here, and you can see it's wet. Get you in there somehow. See that shininess on the one to the left, right there. So basically, that's another one that's dry rotted. Just hairline cracking or something, I don't know, but it caused all this mess. And under there, you know, the machine's been sitting for a few weeks, and the pressure in the tank, it leaked out there. I knew there was a small leak, but it never, when it was running during the season, it didn't leak because it wasn't sitting and pressurizing. So it must have got worse over the winter. But those two are gonna get fixed, and yeah, the only play is, the problem, I should say, not play, is that one line that is right there in the bottom. You got 1, 2, 3. It's that bottom one. So this whole tank's full of fluid. It's gonna want to shoot out. I have to pull that off and cap it. But I'm gonna take and raise this boom up and extend every ram in it, and that will put less fluid in the tank and more in the machine. So if more of this chrome is out, and each chrome is out, that means these cylinders are full of fluid, which will pull out of there, which will be less pressure coming out. So I gotta try to set up to do that. Lower the pressure in the tank. Now I got all them cylinders up. All right, this is gonna be 7/8 on this pilot. Come on, baby. Get this top one off, go underneath. I positioned the machine so I could get to it now. It's just that line right there. Shouldn't be anything coming out of here but a drip. And that's just what's up in that pilot reservoir. So let me grab something to... All right, we got that under control. She stopped dripping. Little catch pan, a little late. Got it on my floor, but that's all right. Let's go underneath and get that other one. that line drain out, so when I pull it up through, I don't get all the oil in the cab, or pull it down, one of the two. Probably should just pull it down. I gotta invest in some caps. The thing is, the fittings on these are so many different fittings, you need so many different caps. But they make rubber ones that go in and you can stick it in here like that. But I do have something actually that I did buy. So I bought these. They come all different sizes, Home Depot, just little doorknob stoppers or whatever they are. They go on the end of dowels. Look, they're nice and nice. Goes right over the threads, stops it. I mean, that's like a 50-cent item. So I got a bunch of different sizes for those. But that's the, no, they make smaller than that too. But that's what I'm gonna put on. I already have it up there from yesterday. I thought about it, and that might stop the pressure on the tank when I pull the other line. But they do make wedges that you could stick the wedge in, almost like a toothpick, but it's a big wedge, it's rubber, and you wedge it in there, and that's what they're really for. But that's working. I like it. 50 center. I can't believe this line went bad though. So I'm just gonna pull it down and out. Hopefully it comes out of there nicely. It's gotta come out this tube here. They got a tube all the way down. Hopefully it ain't. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. Come on. There's the tube going up. There it is. Nice. It's gonna be a little challenge getting that other one in there. But can't believe that line went bad. So basically where it went bad, let's find it. I know it was on the bend, and I'm gonna put something in there because maybe the vibration or something, but I'll put a rubber tube for chafing. Right there, I don't know if you can see all that dry rot. See that? Just weeping out. It wasn't a blowout. From when it sits, it was just weeping out, and then it dropped. It lost quite a lot of fluid over the winter, so we'll get that to one line. Let's go after the other one. So we're on top of the machine in the big valve body cavity in the center. This is at the bottom. We gotta go after this line right here. All right, it's gonna be 7/8. I got another different size, one of these, just in case it's a different size. Set that there. And I got the white one. 7/8 again. And this one will, that tight. This one will blow out some serious fluid if the tank, come on baby. All right, perfect fit. Those things are working awesome. So the black one was too big and that one's the right size. Wasn't that much fluid in there because I did what I did. Because this machine is positioned the way it is with all the fluid in all these rams, every ram is opened up the most it possibly can, which puts all the fluid from the tank into here, which I'd have to say is way below half. I mean, it's probably right about here. Normally it's up here. So there's not much pressure because that was only like trickling out, where normally that would shoot out like a huge garden hose if this boom was down. Plus the oil's a little thick. It was cold out. It's cold right now. All right, let's get the other side of that pulled off, which is this. That's an easy part. Then I got to go underneath and cut some zip ties and then get this out. It's gonna be a challenge to get back in. I'm gonna chase this one with a string. It's gonna be tight over here because of the tracks, but it was the best position. I'd rather have the other side opened up than this. I still should be able to feed that through. It's got to go through that hole there, and there's like 25 lines going through there. I'll never get the new one in because I can't reach to this point now. I'm gonna chase a string with it. All right, so I'm gonna put a string around this end, tie it on, and then when I pull it through, the string will go through, then I just tie it on the new line and pull it back. It's the easiest way to get this because it is far distance to try to run a line with all those other lines is not going to work. I'll show you in a second. I'll get this on nice and tight. Put a couple. If you can't tie a knot, tie a lot. That's the method on that. So it goes in a sleeve like this. Sleeve, but over there, and there's like 25 lines through it. So the chances of me trying to reach in through all this, it's really tight. I can do half from up above, but it's almost impossible. So we'll run it like this. I hear it coming. Come on, baby. Oh, we're caught on something. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, come on. All right, there she goes. Hopefully the string's still connected. There's the string. So that'll give me some kind of help. May have to take another panel off. Got this. I'm probably gonna have to take, see, this panel was across here. I'm gonna have to take this panel off so then I could reach down in there somehow. But there's the line. She's off. Come out a little. Whoa! Fell off the step there. Let's see. Let's inspect where she was broke. I mean, I could see she was gonna probably leak eventually somewhere else, but it was leaking. It was leaking right in here somewhere. Hard to tell. It might have been coming out of this fitting, but it was always dripping at this 9 because this was bent at a 90 like that. So it was right in there somewhere. All right, let's go to the machine shop, get 2 new lines. All right, back with the hoses. Here's the long hose, short hose, working it in. Got it in right here. Just gotta hook it up here. That was a pain getting it down through that tube. There's a tube in there, down in there. It's got to go through. It comes out here, but I got it. Blow on it to make sure I didn't get no dirt in it. Usually I put a tape on there, but this was clean install. But if you're going through grease and mud and leaves and dirt, put a little tape on it. That's what I'm going to do on the next one. All right, get this thing positioned and get her on. All right, get your top one on first. That way you can adjust the bottom, and don't yarn it right down at first until you get the bottom one on, because these things pivot, and it lets the line go where it needs to go. If you tighten it up, then you might be able to twist the line. All right, that's hand tight, and that will allow that to pivot. And get this one in there. A little bit more fluid gonna come out. Grab my pan. All right, take my cap off. Let it go in the pan. Install. All right. All right, got that hand tight. Now I'm gonna reposition everything, get my gasket on there. Like I said, I'm gonna wrap these up so they're not chafing or whatnot. All right, got the gasket all on. Make sure, before I tighten that right up, I'm just gonna wiggle this a couple times, rotate it, make sure she's not bound up. Now give her the old yarn. Not too tight, but tight, you know. Enough to where that valve body starts flexing. You should be good. I got my gasket all around there. I'm just gonna tie these up. Tie them up with some zip ties, get them up above the panel. It should hold it from chafing on the bottom of this plate. All right, onto this one, put rubber stopper on that. Works nice and nice to keep the dirt out from when I pull it through. And we got to tie up our string and get her going. I took the top panel off up here, so I should be able to reach down there on my belly and get in there. I got to go through that tube and then out that hole. Where'd they go? Going through here somewhere. All right. Tie the string on. All right, let's get her started. Get her in here somewhere. Oh, that's going all under there. I gotta follow the string down, so I'm gonna give a tug on that string, see where she leads to. You guys keep an eye on it on this end, all right? She's got to go in and under. All right, oh yeah. So, looks like I'm gonna have to do a plan of attack different. String line went under a bunch of, dang, that's where it was ran. It looks like I could run it easier up on the top. I don't know, I'll get back. All right, sometimes you gotta call an audible. So that plan of attack's not working. I'm gonna go into the machine and as you see, I'm turned like this. If this was, I had this turned the other way, I could reach up in here a lot better. But I can't start the machine because the hose is off. So once I get this hose through and connected, I got another panel here I could drop and get it in the sleeve. I'm gonna go under and around that sleeve. I don't have to put it in there right now. I'll show you that. All right, let me get you in here. All right, let's see where that line is. I gotta get in that circle and push this through somehow. I can't, got no reach or power to get it through there. All right, I'm started. Get in there, go. All right, she's going. I'm gonna flip this around the back side. All right, back up on top. The hose came through nice. So I'm just putting it around here, sliding it through like so. Push that as far as I can so I can reach it over there. Oh, get on under there. There we go. And then once I got that and hooked all up, I can move the machine, drop another panel, and secure it in that boot. All right, here it is. There's my end. You see how dirty that would have been if I didn't put this little boot on there. See how clean she is? That'd be caked full of grease and nastiness, and then that goes in your hydraulic system. So we'll slide this to where it's gotta be. Come on, baby. Get this thing down there. You know, I almost think this should have had a 90 on it. The 90 fitting. But that was factory, so you gotta kind of keep what's there. But that's probably... Oh, I could turn this fitting right here. I'll turn that. Let me get a wrench. Alright. Loosen that up a little bit. I should be able to turn this. Nice. Get away from that kink. Put it where I need it. It might be here, might be there. Let's get it on first and see where it wants to be. Still feel like it's got a wicked kink in it, but just go hand tight here, and I think we'll rotate that down. That's even tighter. Yeah, basically where it was is where it's going to be, so we'll tighten that all up after. But let's get the other side hooked up, and then I'll find a good spot for it. Might have to go under these lines, pull these lines out and up. I don't know yet. We'll get it. All right, up on top, getting this. Take this off. It's gonna have a little fluid come out, or a lot of fluid. See? Ooh, come on, baby. Get on there. There we go. Loosen the pressure. You'll hear the air. Hear that air? Now it won't want to push out as much. Should have done that first. Release the pressure in the tank. There we go. Alright, got our hand started. It's still too snug to do. Usually you could run these in with your hand, but the way there's too much pressure on it won't allow me to, so get her in with the wrench. To show that it's free, finish her off. Snug. All right, snug this end up. All right, let's fire up. Moment of truth. See if everything says okay on here. Warming up, it says. Must be good to go. Just let her idle up before we make it live. All right, she's a turning. Must have it all hooked up. All right, we'll get this thing turned like this so we could drop that panel and get everything back together. I got a mess here with all this pilot control. Everything's off here. Well, it's got to get all put back together. All right, here's the panel, this one that's crushed. I've always wanted to take it off anyways to straighten it, but I don't even know if I can straighten it. I mean, I can straighten the panel, but looks like this body's dented up here, so I don't know. Let's see what happens. Get this panel off and I'll be able to access that line. So, there's the tube. I knew I'd be able to get to it. Now I just gotta cut the zip ties. Nice, it's right there. Good. Take a peek. So here's my tube. There's my hose right there, that one. Cut these zip ties and put that line inside the tube. So put that line in there too. That should have been in there. All right, let me get a zip tie on this. Zip them all up. Hey. Bear with me. She's a coming. There she is. Throw a zip tie on her. Nice and nice. She's all back together. Good enough. All right, let's get our panels back on and then we'll fire this thing up and see how she reacts. All right, this just snaps in there like so. Make sure that wire is in the right spot. Hang on, hang on. Get in there. Yeah, it is. It's in its little hole. They just snap in. Just wanted to make sure that wire to my power switch or my horn, whatever one that is, was in the right spot so it didn't chafe, and it was. All right. If this equipment can't work, neither can you. Take good care of it. All right, let's get the panels all on and get this thing fired up. So this is the air valve that I was telling you. Whenever you do any hydraulic line, just take that. Listen. Well, there's no, I already hit it before, but this lets all the pressure out of the tank. It's a release. And then you could pull the lines and it won't have so much oil dump out. All right, seemed to be working fine. It was a little cold, the hydraulic fluid. Should have let it warmed up a little bit more. Just checking for some leaks. Nothing a dripping. Besides, this is water and ice that's melting. But everything's looking good. I adjusted this over on that side at an angle because it works better. Yep, I'd say she's fixed. Hopefully that solves the issue. That could have what caused the solenoid to go bad. I don't know. You know what I mean? Catching air in there and whatnot. Machine has been acting funky the last couple jobs, so hopefully that helped. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.